5 World Cups, 23 years, and 0 trophies. How does the most decorated footballer in history, a man who has won everything, fail at the one thing that matters most? But here is the question nobody is asking. Was it really Ronaldo's fault? Or was he betrayed by his own teammates, his own manager, and a system that was supposed to make him unstoppable? Stay with me, because by the end of this video, your opinion on Ronaldo will never be the same again. Welcome to Highline Football, where we don't do safe takes. Today we are going somewhere most channels are too afraid to go. 3 reasons, 3 brutal truths, and a comparison that will absolutely shock you. Let's go. Ronaldo is 21 years old, fresh, fearless, full of hunger. Portugal reaches the semi-final. The world thinks this is just the beginning. Then 2010 comes. Portugal gets knocked out by Spain in the round of 16. Okay, bad draw, bad luck, it happens. Then 2014, knocked out in the group stage. Wait, what? Then 2018, eliminated by Uruguay, a team that wasn't even considered a favorite. Then 2022, his own manager drops him from the starting lineup in the quarterfinal. Let that sink in for a second. Your own manager at your World Cup decides the team is better without you, and they still lost. 5 tournaments, 5 failures. But here is what I need you to understand. The reasons behind those failures are far darker than you think. Reason number 1 will genuinely surprise you. Here is a question that changes everything. What happens when your best player has a bad game at a World Cup? For France, Griezmann steps up. Pogba takes over. Varane locks the defense. For Argentina, De Paul runs himself into the ground. Di Maria delivers the moment of his life in the final. Mac Allister controls the midfield like a conductor. For Spain in their golden era, even when Villa was quiet, Xavi and Iniesta kept playing their football because the chemistry between them wasn't built in one training session. It was built over a decade of shared philosophy. Now here is the brutal question. What happened when Ronaldo had a bad game for Portugal? Nothing, because there was nobody to step up. Portugal's squad was not built to win the World Cup. It was built to serve Ronaldo. Different managers, different combinations, a midfield that was never settled, a defensive line that leaked under pressure. And here is the detail that most people completely miss. Spain's 2010 World Cup squad had 7 players from Barcelona alone. 7 players who trained together every single week, who knew each other's movement without even looking. That is not a squad. That is a family going to war together. Portugal never had that, not once across 5 World Cups. And when you don't have chemistry, when you don't have genuine squad depth, a single bad performance doesn't just cost you a game, it costs you everything. But that is only reason 1. Reason 2? This is the one that nobody, and I mean nobody, in football media wants to say out loud. Imagine you are a Portugal player at the 2018 World Cup. You have trained your entire life for this moment. You have sacrificed everything. And now you are here at football's biggest stage. But every set piece is designed for one player. Every counterattack is built to find one player. Every camera, every journalist, every sponsor, all focused on one player. How do you play freely in that environment? The honest answer is, you don't. Former Portugal players have spoken about the weight of Ronaldo's presence in the squad. The expectations around him were so enormous that teammates stopped playing for themselves and started playing for the star. Some became hesitant. Some became passengers. And the dressing room, rather than being a place of equals going to war together, quietly became a hierarchy. Now compare that to Argentina 2022 and pay close attention to this. Before the tournament, Scaloni sat the squad down and made one thing absolutely clear. This is not the Messi show. Yes, Messi is captain. Yes, Messi is the greatest player alive. But Di Maria has the same voice in that dressing room. Rodrigo De Paul runs himself into the ground every single game, not because he has to, but because because he genuinely wants to, because he feels equal, because he feels valued. That collective hunger, that fire that burns in every single player is what carries a team through the brutal knockout rounds of a World Cup. And here is the comparison that will hit you hard. In 2018, France manager Didier Deschamps left Karim Benzema, one of the greatest strikers on planet Earth, out of the squad. Completely out. To protect team harmony. He chose chemistry over individual brilliance, and he won the World Cup. Portugal never made that kind of decision. Not once. Because Ronaldo's brilliance was real, genuinely world-class, genuinely breathtaking. But brilliance without harmony is a beautiful car with no engine. It looks incredible, but it doesn't win races. Now we get to reason 3. And this is the one that truly, finally, completely explains everything. Let me paint you a picture. It's the 2022 World Cup quarter-final. Morocco versus Portugal. One of the biggest games of Ronaldo's entire career, and Fernando Santos, his own manager, leaves him on the bench. Not injured, not suspended. Benched by choice. Portugal loses 1-0. Ronaldo is eliminated from his final World Cup as a substitute. Now ask yourself, how did it get to that point? Across 5 World Cups, Portugal cycled through multiple managers: Scolari, Bento, Santos, Martinez. And every single one of them shared one fatal flaw. The system was built to protect Ronaldo, not to win football matches. Fernando Santos set Portugal up in a defensive low block, absorb pressure, stay compact, and then find Ronaldo on the counter. Against weaker nations in qualifying, it worked. Against elite defenses at a World Cup, it was found out. Every single time. Now look at what the winning managers actually did. Deschamps in 2018 changed France's formation during the tournament itself. Started with a 4-2-3-1, shifted to a 4-3-3, protected Mbappé with intelligent midfield shielding. He adapted because the World Cup demands adaptation. Scaloni in 2022 was even more extraordinary. He changed formation 5 times across 7 matches. 5 times. He moved Messi into a completely free role with no fixed position or responsibility. He adjusted the defensive line based on each opponent. He made decisions that went against public opinion. And he was right every single time. And Del Bosque with Spain? He built the same identity across 4 years, the same philosophy, the same DNA, but within that framework, every single player had complete clarity on their role. The system was so deeply embedded that Spain could dominate any opponent anytime in any condition. Portugal had none of that tactical intelligence, none of that flexibility. And behind the scenes, dressing room friction that eventually spilled into public. Reports from the 2022 quarterfinal aftermath talked about tension between the Ronaldo camp and the coaching staff that had been building for months. A team divided in the dressing room cannot be unified on the pitch. It is that simple, and it is that heartbreaking. Here is the part of this story that genuinely breaks my heart. Cristiano Ronaldo is not the villain of this story. He is a man who wanted to win more than almost anyone who has ever played this game. His hunger, his discipline, his dedication at 4 a.m. in the gym when everyone else is sleeping. It is unmatched. It is legendary. But the World Cup doesn't care about individual greatness. It never has. The World Cup rewards sacrifice. It rewards collective identity. It rewards the manager who makes the brutal decision for the good of the team. It rewards the star player who becomes the servant, not the master of the team's vision. Messi understood that in 2022, finally, beautifully, completely. France understood it in 2018. Spain understood it for an entire golden era. And Ronaldo, through a combination of circumstance, culture, and decisions made above his head, never got to experience that version of team football at a World Cup. He gave everything he had, and the game gave him nothing back. That is not just a football tragedy. That is the greatest what-if in the history of sport. But before you go, here is one final thought that I want to leave burning in your mind. What if Portugal had a manager like Scaloni 10 years earlier? What if the dressing room had been built around chemistry, not hierarchy? Would Ronaldo have a World Cup medal right now? Drop your answer in the comments, because I genuinely want to know what you think. If this video hit different, smash that like button, subscribe to Highline Football, and share this with one friend who needs to see it. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.